Just give me a second. Just need to see the chat. Yeah, all right, great. So, hi there, and welcome to the FFS podcast. I mean, it's been a while. I'm glad that we're back, and I'm glad that we can see each other once again. And we are here for a very special occasion. We are here to preview the UEFA Women's Euro 2022 tournament. Now, all of us on here know what it is. It's probably the biggest footballing event this summer. I have a feeling that if I said this year, I'm pretty sure I'd be cancelled straight away because we have the World Cup at the end of the year, which unfortunately or fortunately trumps this. But it's the big footballing event of the summer, and we are joined here by an elite panel of international football fans who support the women's game and who watch women's football a lot, who know 10 times the amount of about women's football than I do. And so before we get to talking about the preview and before we get to previewing the different teams that are participating, we'll just do a round of introductions once again because it's been a while. Okay, I mean, it's been what, I think more than 6-7 months since we did our last podcast. So Atanu, take it away.
Hey everyone, my name is Atanu and I'm a Manchester United fan, both men's and women's team. I also watch international football. So looking forward to the Euros. It's a great opportunity for so many players and so many teams to showcase their talents. And for me, it's my first ever major tournament. I watched the last World Cup in bits and pieces, but this will be the first time that I'm watching the a women's major tournament properly.
Nice. All right, great. I mean, that must be exciting in and of itself. And next, we move on to Natalie. Natalie, welcome back to the podcast. How are you doing? And tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Natalie. I'm from Manchester. I love Man United like Atanu. I'm very close with Atanu, even though he's in India and I'm in Manchester. I think the love of Man United women brought us together in that sense. And yeah, this is going to be my third major tournament. I didn't go to the Olympics, but obviously I watched it. I kept up to date with it. I know how all the teams did in that, but I went out to the World Cup in France, saw England games mostly, and then obviously this is now in England, so I'm going to basically get to see not just England, but all the games, all the teams, and travel around my country and watch a good women's football tournament. It's going to be good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think that's when you hit the jackpot is when your own country hosts the tournament because A, you don't pay for flights. B, accommodation's already there for you. And yeah, you can imagine like for us trying to book ticket. I mean, for the women's Euros, it was a little easier, but for Qatar, it is crazy. And like you just look at the air price and you think twice or thrice whether it's actually worth it um, to do something. But of course, going and watching matches at such a prestigious tournament obviously has its own benefits. And yeah,
Friday, I
I mean,
think you forgot about one of the most important things that we need while going to
food.
the Euros. The
Oh
visa.
no, tickets. Oh right, yeah, of course, yeah, of course, of course they have their own. Yeah, that's
I mean,
the
at least
added
for
cost.
the most of us, at least for the most of us,
Yeah,
we
of
need that.
course. True, but yeah, I didn't bring that
When
up because there are
when it
certain
was
countries where
when we were in the Euros, though, we don't. Well, now maybe you might need to,
yeah.
but I didn't have to pay for it to go France, thankfully. But
Oh,
now England's out of Europe, I might have to pay for that. But yeah, if it was, the next World Cup, yeah, everyone will need a visa.
yeah, definitely. I mean, this is soon gonna turn into a Brexit talk. So let's move on next to Unnati. Unnati, welcome to the podcast once again. And why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Onati, as everyone knows probably by now. I don't know like what should I even say in terms of being a fan, but I follow Barcelona quite religiously, and I do write for Sporting Her Football Hub and Babel recently. So it's kind of like going from 2017, that's when I started watching the women's game. So I've started watching exactly from the Euros. So it's like that whole journey from 2017 to now. It's been awesome. So I think there's a lot of excitement in terms of this year, and based on how the teams are, currently the levels of the game and everything. So I think it's going to be really exciting.
Awesome, great. And lastly, we've got Yashodhan. Yashodhan, welcome back to the podcast. It's good to have you back here. And why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi Pradi. Thanks for having me back. And so I'm Yashodhan from Hyderabad, and I've been watching the women's game since 2019. The FIFA World Cup was my first ever event, which I followed very closely because I had to write an article for my Chelsea supporters club, and that's how I started getting into the women's game. And then, of course, the Olympics was a delight to watch, following every single game. And I was also live tweeting each and every sport. So football was also one of the women's football was one of the major ones because men's is the under 23 version. And then following the AFC Cup, which happened in India in January. Sadly, I couldn't be there because I had COVID, but
Yeah, we missed you.
yeah, but I loved watching Unnati's stories, and the matches were really good, especially some of them going to penalties, the goals from Sam Kerr. So I'm a Chelsea fan, and I'm really excited to see how my Chelsea players do at the Euros this year.
I'm not a Chelsea fan,
Awesome.
and I was shouting and screaming for her. So
That's
you
Sam
know
Kerr.
that.
That's Sam Kerr.
Yeah. I bet the what 1/4 part of her, the Indian 1/4 Indian part of her must have been the reason why you were supporting and screaming and shouting, even though you're a diehard Arsenal fan, weren't you? You're like, as long I don't care which team you support, you've got that one drop of Indian blood in you. I need to support you. Fair enough.
I'm not gonna
all
say
right.
anything about it. I don't want people coming for my necks.
Yeah, okay. All right, great. All right, so let's talk about the excitement and what you expect from the tournament. You're two of you, so Natalie and Unnati. I know that you two are going. I mean, you're going to go watch the matches. Unnati is flying down all the way from India. You've got your visa done yet? I mean, you brought it up, so I might as well ask you. Not yet. Okay, so
It's not come yet.
on standby, on standby.
Stand by.
But at least Natalie, at least we've got Natalie on here who's going for it and is confirmed. But before we get to that, a shout out and a small mention to Mithila, who was a part of the panel. She unfortunately couldn't be here. She met with a small accident and took time for the stuff to get cleared out. But hopefully we'll have her on here when we're reviewing like the group stages or the knockouts later on during the tournament. So yeah, we wish her well, and hopefully she gets back onto the podcast soon. Great. So let's talk. So Natalie, I want to ask you, how quickly did you book your tickets the moment it came out? Like, were you, I'm going for it, I'm booking it all, or was it the first round, the second round? How early did you book your tickets, and how quick were you?
Pretty much as soon as I think when the final came out, I think we booked that, and then obviously when Old Trafford it came out that England were going to play there, we booked them straight away. But I think pretty much as soon as the group started to, form, that's when we were like, right, Netherlands versus Sweden, I'm going that one. Norway versus England, got to do that. Which is another one that I'm on. Well, Spain versus Germany, got to do that.
Yeah.
And then, I think throughout the year, I've ended up going, Denmark versus Spain. Let me do that. I mean, yes, I'm doing a lot of it based on where my players are playing. So like Jackie and Brun, who was playing at United, was Denmark, and that sort of enticed me into Denmark, Spain with honour. But, like Spain, Sweden, Netherlands, they're all like the big teams for me. Yeah, England's going to be good because they're going to be like, I suppose, the most popular games, the most sold out games. But for me, I think people are sleeping on teams like Germany and like I said, Sweden. I think they're going to be the exciting matches, and I'm so happy really that I have got those matches as well as England, Norway, and I think you can't predict the quarterfinals, semi-finals, so I've got the ones that got the quarters that might be this, might be that, but you can never predict it. You can think, oh, England are going to be in this part, but then they'll end up in another part because they might win, so I don't know about them. And I just picked it based on where's near to me as well, like LSV, definitely going down there. I'm going to try and get a quarterfinal one. So, I don't. It was sort of like as soon as the teams came out, really, to be honest.
Right. And Unnati, we did the draw reaction, the live draw reaction. And of course, like Natalie mentioned, there were some lineups where you absolutely went berserk saying, okay, I am going for these games. And fortunately, even though the conversion rate between the pound and the Indian rupee is staggering, I mean, you must be grateful to the fact that the Euro tickets aren't as expensive as, say, for the men's game or for the World Cup. So I mean, I've heard that you booked quite a few number, and but you're going as part of the press though, right? Also.
I am. Yes.
Yeah.
I did book like a lot of tickets. So I wasn't gonna wait for the accreditation to arrive and just go for like book those and then just wait until the last moment to know whether I'm gonna get them or not, which is another issue altogether. But yeah, I did end up getting a lot of accreditations and I ended up getting like a lot of tickets. I think I have approximately 17
Okay.
games.
I mean, you don't need to brag. You don't need to brag about it. Like, calm. But yeah, sure. Like, yeah, I have this many tickets. I have accreditations. I'm
Listen,
elite class.
I okay. See, it's not every day that you have the Euros. Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
if
That
if,
is
if
true.
if you're making the trip for the entire month, I might as well go to as many games as I possibly can. So that's what I've tried to do. And yeah, 17 games. Let's hope I can do all of them. Let's hope I make it there in the first place. That's the most important thing. But yeah, I like I as soon as they came out, I went on with it and just booked every single ticket that I possibly could. So apart from the group games, I have like all the quarterfinals, both the semis, and then the final as well.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised UEFA even let you have so many tickets. They must have been like, yeah, this girl's being too greedy right now. Because for the World Cup, you really can't do that. You can only like I tried booking two quarterfinals, and you can only book one quarterfinal on one day. You can't even book both of them. And so I mean, they must just be like, yeah. I mean, UEFA is obviously all about the money, so they'll be like, as long as Unnati is paying for it, yeah, just accept it all.
I mean,
Uh,
we did have a few tricks up our sleeves, so yeah.
Okay, let's
Somehow.
not go into that. We don't want you to lose the accreditation. As it is, we're not shaking it. We don't want you to lose stuff as well. All
I
right,
mean, I need
Yashodan.
them
Yeah.
to send me the visa first, so yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so Yashodan and Tanu, you're like me. We're going to be sitting at home and struggling through Sony Live, trying to get the stream to work. Because, I mean, I know, I'm pretty sure you guys agree with me. This is probably one of the worst apps that we've got here. So, we're going to struggle through that while everyone else is watching it in the stadiums. We're going to be struggling trying to fix our stream. But how excited are you guys for this tournament? Like, how like, are you going to be watching every game? Are there certain games that you're going to be prioritizing over the others? Yashodan, let's start with you.
Definitely. I mean, hopefully Sony Live does work, and they have said on Twitter that they will be showing the matches. So fingers crossed. But I'm really excited, and I will be following most of the games. Of course, it does clash with the Hockey Women's World Cup as well, which I'm covering. So it's going to be a wild July month for me, and I'm really excited for the England game. So I'm wearing an England T-shirt right now as well, because I'm supporting my Chelsea girls, and of course there are Chelsea players in the other teams as well. But yeah, it's Frank Kirby special, and it's all for her.
Melda is not gonna be very happy about that, Yashodan.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm really excited watching the games between Germany and Spain. I guess, yeah, Germany, Spain, and Sweden in a single group. That's gonna be wild.
Sweden's in
Yeah.
in
So
Group C.
it's Denmark, right?
Sweden's a good.
Denmark,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Denmark.
yeah, the Denmark
Yeah.
one. Yeah, what a group that is. So when I was watching the draw, I was like really excited because three big teams, and it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
that
And
group's
Atanu?
the one I'm going to keep my eye on.
Brilliant. Atanu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For me, it's the same as Yash. I think I'll also be supporting England and Norway. I know both of them are in the same group, but most of the United players are in these two teams. So there's Tony, Russo, and Ops. Three of my favorite players are in the England team. So yes, I'll be supporting England, but yeah, I do have a soft side for Norway as well, because the players that have come through Norway who've played for United, I like them a lot. So these two teams, and like Yash said, Group B, the group of death: Germany, Denmark, Spain, and I think Finland can be considered as the underdog of the group of death. Maybe they come out with something and qualify, but we'll see. I'm also looking forward to Netherlands versus Sweden, because that will be a very good game. Sweden, I think people are sleeping on Sweden a bit. Netherlands are going to aim to defend their title under a new coach, so that will be an interesting game. So let's see. I think I'm very excited just for the case that this is my first major tournament, like I mentioned before. So yeah, fingers crossed that England make it to the quarterfinals and the finals as well.
Only to the quarter. Yeah, I know. It's like you
Yeah.
stopped only at the quarters. Like let's not hope too much for England. But yeah, I I
No,
mean,
I'm really
naturally,
hoping they make
yeah.
the final as well, because I love watching Millie Bright play at Wembley. I mean, she's got some or the other a wild goal always incoming, and I would love to see her in the final.
Awesome. Natalie, I mean, England as a country must be going berserk because, like, I was there during the World Cup 2018, and every England game was just at another level. I think the support and everything was just outstanding. So it'll be interesting. It'll be nice to see the women's side and the women team as well get the same sort of support. Uh, how excited are you to be amongst that crowd at the stadiums and even outside for the matches that you probably won't be able to catch up?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really big thing for women's football. I think obviously the growth of the game, the sellout stadiums. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to the out of England. I'm obviously looking forward to Old Trafford because that's like my home stadium. But I'm looking forward to the Norway game, like what Atani was saying, because we have two Norway players, Thor and Vilda, and they're like really popular, I suppose, amongst Man United. So to see like the three players go against the two players, it's going to just be exciting, and to see how I suppose women's football. When you look at the men's Euros last year, it was like popping off the whole country. So if sort of they do well, it's going to be interesting to see how is that reaction the same? Is that sort of fanfare the same for the women? Because I think it should be sort of the same kind of atmosphere. It's full stadium, so it shouldn't make a difference. Everyone should be cheering, and it'll be interesting to see how other big teams like Norway do against like these full stadiums, because I think this is the one thing that's definitely working in England's favour. The fact that they've got like the home tournament, I think it worked in the favour for the men. So, and then they ended up getting to the final. So let's see if the women can do better, get further. I don't know, but I'm excited for it. Not just for like what I said, but I think for the growth, because I think it's then going to boost the WSL next year. More people will go and watch. More people will watch like Champions League, etc., etc. And I just think it's good for the overall game.
Yeah, I suppose it is that trickle down effect because if we saw even in the World Cup as well as the previous Euros, I mean, the crowds were insane. And post that, women's football has really taken off. More people have started watching it, more people have gone to the games. Obviously, things are, sorry, the things are slightly slowed down due to COVID. But before that, it was really picking up, even in terms of publicity, in terms of prize money, everything. People are taking a lot more notice from women's football. And this would increase the audience and the viewership even more, which is only good for the game. All right. So now, before we get to our next section, I've just created a small video that I'll just probably share. Let me see if I can share. Yeah, I should be able to. Let me just check that up. Oh yeah, okay. So I'll just share that. It's a quick 5 minute thing talking about what the Euros is. It's for people in general who watch it probably later, and then we'll get to quickly talk to our other sections. So let me try and see if I can share this. Yeah, I think fine. Just keep it a little low. Oh yeah. Just let me know if you can hear it though. You can't hear that? Okay. Let me try and see if I can. If that's not then. Okay, actually, I'll do that a little while later. So I'll probably check that out. But apologies for that. I'll sort that out a little while later. So let's talk about. So now we're going to be previewing the teams that are participating for this particular tournament. So we're going to do something a little fun. I have so to anyone who's been listening, I have warned the guests on the panel what we're going to be doing, and they have hopefully prepared. But for those of you listening, so what we're going to be doing is I've got two hats over here. Okay, in one hat are all the names of the. If you can see that there, let me try and get that. Yeah, so those are the names of the teams that are participating, and then the other are the names of our guests. So let me try and see that. So yeah, those are the names of our guests. And what we're going to do is pick a team, pick a guest, and they're going to have 60 seconds to explain and talk about that particular team. All right. Uh, Obviously, we are short one panelist, so there's more teams for you guys to all discuss. So let's start. And I've got the timer as well. Now, I was going to make it a little more interesting and say if you exceeded the 60 seconds, you're going to have to do a punishment, but I think we'll just forget that about now because I don't think anyone's going to be ready to do that. All right, so the first team, and this is like your UEFA draw, is Finland. Okay, I don't know if everyone can see that. Yeah, so Finland, and the person who's going to are yeah. Okay, so Natalie, you've got Finland. Awesome. All right.
I
So
don't know much about
what I'm
Finland.
going. That's fine. You've got 60 seconds. So even if it's below 60 seconds, that's fine. That's not going to be an issue. You can talk about anything. You know what do you expect? What their team is probably going to be like, and yeah. So let me quickly do that. Oh, wait, 1 minute. There we go. So your time starts now. Yeah.
Right, so Finland, as we've discussed, they're in the group of death, you could say, next to Spain. What do we say? Spain, Germany, and Denmark. So I think a lot of people are expecting them to get pretty much knocked out with 0 points. But like what Tanu was saying before, that they could shock everyone. You know, they could do really well. I don't really know much about them and what to expect. I know that's not very good. I didn't prepare because obviously it was always going to be sort of ad hoc. But I think, you know, I'm trying to look for something as I say, but I think I don't know. I think they've got some players from the WSL. I don't know fully who. Not going to lie to you. We've got players from Juventus, defenders. Is it for over?
All right.
No?
Okay, yeah, it's over. Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
Well, that's a fun start. Okay. I mean, it's gonna be, I guess, even more hilarious from now on here on in. Okay. So the next one, and this popped out of my hat, and it is Netherlands. Okay. So that seems okay. Now the Netherlands, who's gonna get lucky? Who's gonna be the lucky one to get Netherlands? All right. Now obviously they're all. Okay, Yashodhan's got Netherlands. All right, prepared?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
We made it out easy.
Yeah. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I mean, Netherlands, the defending champions, and then, of course, the leading lady of Arsenal, Viviane Miedema, who signed a contract, 1-year extension, so that's pretty good. And I'm really excited to see how Netherlands do, because in the World Cup, in the Olympic Games, I really watched them, and their defense was really shaky in the group stages, if I remember. I mean, I think they conceded goals to... they conceded a lot of goals, if I'm not wrong, but they also scored a lot. So it's going to be a fun group to watch out, especially when they're going to be playing Portugal and Sweden and even Switzerland. So those games are going to be really interesting. I'm really excited to see how Lika Martins does, especially after the move, and how that's going to affect her performance, because it's always good to see players when they change teams and then they go for a big tournament and how they perform. So in the men's teams, it's always been fun and their performances have been affected. But yeah, they will qualify.
Yeah. Perfect. All right.
Good
Wow,
ending.
we
Good
almost
ending.
filled that up. Yeah. Yeah, that was perfect. All right. The next one. All right, let's get through this. I made a terrible. Okay. Next one's Denmark. Okay. Not sure about the. Yeah. So the Denmark. Sorry about the lighting for that, but and the lucky one who gets Denmark. Hopefully, get someone new this time. Okay, wait, we'll skip that one. I don't want to get in this one. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Okay, well, I picked it out twice, and twice I got Natalie. So it's not me. It's not my fault.
I can speak about Denmark 'cause I know them a bit now, so it's up
All
to
right,
you if you want
great.
me to do it, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
fine. We'll get. Yeah, that's fine. So 3, 2, 1, go on. Yeah.
So yeah, they're in the same group as I say in Finland, Denmark. So yeah, no, I'm excited. Is it Denmark? Yeah, it is Denmark, isn't it? Yeah, I'm excited to see them. Obviously, I've became a bit interested in Denmark when we signed Sina Brun. I think she's gonna hopefully have a good tournament. Obviously, Pernille Harder is their standout player. I watched them actually the other day in one of their warm-up games versus Austria, and they did start off very slow. I was quite worried for them. Austria went ahead, but they came back. They fought back. I can't say his name, so I'm really sorry. But the standout player, young player called Krull, Khul, with the dots above the U, is sort of one to watch out for. She played a beautiful ball over to Pernille, who put it in the top corner. I think they're gonna. I think Spain and Germany have a sort of shaky set. I think that they can come in and definitely get points in that group, and they're probably going to be the one that to watch out for as a dark horse.
Perfect.
There you go.
Awesome. I'm really glad I didn't add the punishments to this, because this would have been really fun to have. And as just as a side note, the punishment would have been that you tweet or you put up as a story something about your rival team, saying something good about your rival team. So
No chance.
No
no,
chance.
yeah. All right, Sweden's up next. Okay, so there we go. Sweden, another big name in women's football. And let's see who this gets. Here we go. Someone new. Unnati. If I can really
Oh my
see,
god.
I can't see
Okay,
that much.
fine. I
Yeah.
can talk about them.
Okay, awesome. Great. So wait, let me get the timer on. All right, so you've got 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so Sweden, firstly, I think everyone is underestimating the team, first of all, because they've done so well at the Olympics. And I think people have seemed forgotten that, and everyone is naming every other favorites out there. They have such a good defense. They have like a really good midfield, and their forward lineup is like incredible. You have someone like Fridolina Rolfo. You have Stina Blackstenius. Yash's favorite Magda Eriksson in defense. So overall they're a very good cohesive team that could just tear apart all the other teams. And yeah, pretty much I expect like a lot from them in terms of performance. I think everyone just needs to stop sleeping on them, because they do have the potential to win this whole thing. And if you kind of lose out on that, they will definitely hurt you real bad. I think Pradeep's
Oh
lost
wow,
track.
that was perfect. That was perfect. That was 1 minute exact. I mean, come on, you really can't get, because I was going to check the timer, and it as soon as said and you stopped and it rang. I was like, whoa, okay, that is you've done a lot of homework. That means I think you've been waiting for your visa too long, that you're just like, okay, I have nothing else to do. Let me do this, and you've put a timer as well. All right, the next
You
one is
bet
Belgium.
I don't get England.
Okay, so the next one is Belgium, right? And the person who gets Belgium is no. Wait, let me try and get something crazy here. Okay. Of course, there are going to be a lot of repeats here, but let's try and see if we can find someone. And it is Atanu. Atanu with Belgium. He looks like a defeated man already, but all right, Atanu. It was bound to come at some point or the other.
Yeah.
But all right, so here we go. So three. Oh wait, no. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1, and yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so they are in the group with France, Italy, and Iceland. I think it's a tricky group because you can't actually predict who's like instead of other than France, who will be the other team that goes ahead. But there are good players in the Belgium side as well. I think they've got Janice came in, who was with the Lyon team. She's won the Champions League twice. Then there is a Hoffenheim player called sorry, Hoffenheim player called Tina. I don't know what's the exact name, but they've got good players. There's Tessa Wolet as well, who played for City a few years back. So they've got good players, but at the end of the day, it depends on how their games against Italy, Iceland will go ahead. Because I think with France in the team, with France in the squad, in the group, it will be a tricky group for them. I don't know much about Belgium if I'm being honest, but that's my answer.
Awesome. All right, and wait, no. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'll pardon you for that because the moment I pressed start, I pressed stop as well. So it stopped at 59 seconds. So you want to go for another 59 seconds? Okay, no. So we pardon you for that, right? Me and my fat fingers. All right, so let's go on to the next one. And yeah, I think Radha's also said that she's listened to their pitch is by
Mia
what's
Mia
her
Erickson and
name?
Erickson and
Amanda
Amanda
Yeah,
Zaza.
Mia,
Zaza.
Mia as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, she's been on the podcast as well. So shout out to Mia and their pitch as well. So yeah, you should probably go check her out as well. She's doing a lot of stuff for women's football, and she's I think done a couple of podcasts previewing uh, the Euros as well. So go check that out. But the next one is Germany again. Yeah, there we go. So Germany, and who's gonna get the Germans? All right, let's see.
Can we do match fixing and get me Spain? I need to talk about them.
You're getting Germany. You're getting the rivals at least.
Am I?
Well, you asked. Yeah, you are right now. I just pulled out your name, so you are. So let's go. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Okay, so the Germans, one of the teams
Yeah.
that have
Good
won
way to start it
probably.
off.
Oh, am I? Am I to start? Stop? What?
No. Start. Yeah.
Okay, so Germans are probably one of the teams winning, the most Euros out of everyone. So obviously Netherlands took away their title in 2017, so they might want to come back, with a very revengeful eye to get their title back. They do have some really good players. Oh my god, I can't believe I've forgotten the names now. But yeah, they're in general, what we saw from them in the Arnold Clark Cup. There were high expectations from them, but they were falling short a bit. And their team in general, everyone has been having a lot of complaints from them, per se. So they do have some good players, but it's more about trying to get together, sync together with each other and try to play together as a team, because I think is lacking between them. So that's very important for them to get together so that they're able to perform well on the pitch, because as we said, they're not in an easy group. So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it could be a
Yeah.
hit or a miss, to be honest.
Right. Great. Awesome.
Yeah, see,
Now
I forgot the
I
name.
mean,
Lena Oberdorf. And yeah, I forgot the name.
okay, there we go. And we've got a shout out for Yashodhan to do a 15-second German preview in German. I didn't know you spoke German. Great.
I just
So,
gave my A2 exam, so
oh, brilliant. So,
yeah.
you want to do a quick 15-second one?
Okay, I could try. I mean, die National Elf Mannschaft ist sehr gut und ich möchte an Katharin Berger, gut Spielerin. I've forgotten the German, the grammar, so I need to work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I just said that.
I studied German for 3 years. I still can't. I've forgotten all about it. Don't
Yeah,
ask me. Yeah, it's the tougher one. Okay, so I'll excuse you for that. Let's go on to the next one, and that is going to be Italy. Of course, we haven't. I don't
Yeah,
think we've spoken much about that of the table, but let's see who gets Italy here. Okay.
that's one of the darker
Oh,
groups, you know.
in. We got Natalie for Italy. Natalie, you want to try your hand at a bit of Italian,
Yeah,
or are we going with
yeah.
English?
Oh no. English, English, English
Oh,
only.
I was very surprised for the second when you said, "Yeah, you're in it." I was like, "Okay, that's brilliant. We got a
Now,
being
no
bilingual." All
chance.
right, so let's 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah, so Italy, I think they're in the group with France. No, yeah, and I can't remember the other one that they're in with. Sorry. I can see a Tardu nodding. But anyway, shout it over if you want. But yeah, no, they're in a group, and I do see them as a dark horse. I think that, you know, a lot of people maybe are sleeping on them. I think because basically the Italian league is sort of not full time yet, and I think people are sort of underestimating a lot of them. It's Italy, Belgium, Iceland, and France, but I can definitely see it being France and Italy going through. You know, maybe France is the top, but Italy second. I know they've got very good, you know, Barbara Bonaccia, and who's, I think her name's Gelati. She was at Juventus, but she left and she went Roma. You know, the very good top scoring kind of people. So, you know, Juventus did very Grilic, Christian, yeah, probably. I don't even know. I'm looking at the private chat and I'm getting little helps, but I do think, yeah, we shouldn't be sleeping on them because I feel like there'll be one that no one's expecting anything from and they can come out. And I feel like that's what's going to happen a lot in this tournament. There's going to be a lot of pressure on the big name teams, whereas no one's really expecting much from your Italy, even your Belgium, you know, but still, I can see Italy, you know, that we know that they're great men's team. We know that they can develop players. So I can definitely see them doing well in comparison to other teams. Is it?
Can I add a short?
Yeah, take my rest.
Okay, so Christina Girelli plays for Everton, and I think she is a really good midfielder. So I think if, like, you know, just like Natalie said, everyone's sleeping on Italy for the fact that, you know, a lot of people haven't really watched the Italian league so much. But, you know, the thing about Italian league is such that the players, majority of the national team players play for Juventus, so you know they have that touch and go, you know, like the total overall you know, the sync and the link, you know, the player linking is there. So I think we should not underestimate them by any means, and especially, you know, they were pretty good at the World Cup. So yeah, again, another team to look at.
you can also ask a Chelsea fan about how Juventus played versus us in the UWCL.
I
So
think I think if we get into the club side of things, then it would just become a big
yeah. No, but
mess.
some of the players were really good, and we had a
Oh yeah,
very bad time
absolutely.
there. So that tells you how good Italian football is growing, even on the women's side.
I think I should
Also,
start talking about Barcelona versus Chelsea, so Radha starts crying again.
Yeah, but let's talk about the next one, and the next one is Italy's group mate, and that is France. Uh, huge team and a very successful team. And let me try and see if I can find any. Oh, I just keep getting the. Yeah, there we go. Who gets here? All right, Atanu, you're up. Oh, he
yeah,
looks so happy.
after Belgium, I was like, please don't give me one which I haven't researched on.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
Let me do the timer, and so that's 3, 2, 1. Yep.
Yeah, so their coach, Korean Diaker, there's no tournament without a big controversy around this coach. Another controversy this time that Amandine Henry, who scored a wonderful goal in the UWCL, isn't selected, and nor is Le Sommer, who's her teammate at Leon. So I think with that respect, I think these are big misses. But they've got good players. They've got Baltimore, they've got Katoto, they've got Diani from PSG, and Malad from Lyon. So they've got good players. They've got Selma Baka as well, who was a wonderful, who played wonderfully in the UWCL. They've got Renard as well. So they've got good set of players, but it's all about getting that link up because they are coming from all the different teams around the world. Like we look at Italy, they've got mostly Juventus players, so there's that link up. There's that cohesion in the team. But here, and with the manager like Corinne Diakar, I don't know what we can expect. Maybe they flunk out.
Awesome, great. Uh, Probably a second more, but I mean, fair enough. You guys have done some research on some teams, and fair enough. I think some of them are tough to like do research on. The next one's Portugal. I don't know much about the team, but I'm sure I'm trusting someone, whoever's name's on here has done 1 minute worth of research. All right, so who is this? Oh wait, okay, let's not do that again. This is going to be too much. There we go. Who this is? Oh, we just finished Atanu, so let's not do this. Okay, okay, let's see here. Okay, Yashodhan, let's get your thoughts on Portugal in Portuguese, please.
I'm destined
No.
to get Spain.
Yeah, so I mean, they are in the group with Netherlands, Sweden, and Switzerland, so it's not going to be easy at all. And I was just looking up their squad, and just two players are outside the Portuguese league. So that's says something about their own league. And you've got a player from Servette who Chelsea played in the UWCL. So we have Ines Pereira, and the second game versus Servette was, I think, a really tough one. So I don't remember watching her exactly, or that she's Portugal, but I'm really looking forward to how they play. But I'm expecting Netherlands and Sweden to go ahead because Sweden, I feel, is one of the dark horses, like which was already mentioned. So Portugal will not have a tough time. Will have a tough time.
All right, okay, fair enough. So let's call it a time for that. I mean, the
I've
first
got a
one
little
that's probably with it.
Can I add
Yes,
a little
go
one
ahead.
point of it? There's a girl I've just been told about today, Kika
Nazareth.
Nazareth. Yeah, 19 years old. She's one to watch in, I suppose, that group. Just see how she does. I love watching young players, and I've been told that she is going to be like a gem and a superstar for them. So I think she's played up in the unders and done very well. And now she hopefully might get a chance. Might not start games, but like come off the bench and maybe have an impact. So that's one to watch for Portugal.
I think
Awesome,
we're missing
great.
out on a key player of theirs. That's Tatiana Pentoshi. She plays for Levante in the Spanish league, and a crazy player. Crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say Tanu, I was about to say when Natalie was saying, I was like, Natalie must be scouting already for Manchester United. I mean, as this, we know the stories about Manchester United scouting network, so you might as well take it on your own, take it in your own hands and do that. The next one is Next one's Iceland, and that's
I can happily take
a
them.
very very dark horse. Okay.
Very, very dark horse.
Okay. I've got Natalie on here. Do you want to do that, or do you want me to redraw that?
Okay, no, I can do it if you want to add in as well. So when I've said
I can help you out.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I know Sarah. Go. Yeah. I know Sarah.
Go. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Sarah, I can't remember her name, but I know she plays for Leon. She pregnant. Sarah Gunnarsdottir. I think she's the captain.
Sarah Bjork.
Bjork, that's it.
Gunnarsdottir.
Yeah. Gunnarsdottir. Bjork. Yeah, I actually listened to their pitch, and she was the one who sort of said she was very upset over the stadium because they're playing in Manchester City Stadium, and that's it is small. It is small, I will say that. And yeah, I'm no surprise that a lot of their games are sold out because, France versus Iceland, I think, is being played there. And yeah, it's Manchester City Centre, and, it's going to be easy to get to. But it would have been nice if it was maybe like the Etihad, because I think, France, they would have sold out a lot of those games and they would have done actually quite well. Obviously, that we've heard the stories of sort of when it was, and it was drawn in 2017. A lot of these players, I can't say names. But from
Svenlis
Wolfsburg,
Sotir.
yeah. Go on.
She
You say.
she is incredible. Like, we watched her against for Wolfsburg, and she is incredible. Like, I have not seen a player as fast as her. So, she just picks up speed like as if it's nothing, and she attacks and she defends the way she wants to. So she is definitely like one of the younger players to look forward to. Like, this is the sole reason why I've been saying that Iceland is going to be a dark horse, because uh that team has like some players who are being really underestimated. Like, we are underestimating them. So yeah, I think Iceland could be on their way to probably even getting out of the group stages.
Awesome, great. Sorry about that. I've been messing around with the names to find out where the hell I've thrown each one. But okay, let's
You can just give
quickly let's
Spain to
move on to
me.
the. Okay, we've got Norway, so I'm guessing Atanu will be hoping that it goes to him.
I mean, I
And
can speak on them as well.
let's see who gets it. Okay, we've got Yashodan who's got Norway.
Oh, come
Good team,
on.
good team.
Very
So,
good team.
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
do a deal. If you get England, I get to do it.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
so
3-2-1.
Norway, I'm really excited about watching Guro Reiten because she's come off a very good season. And then I'm predicting Ada Hegerberg getting the golden boot as well. I'm making that prediction right now. So it's going to be an exciting watch, especially the England versus Norway game. And I mean, what else can you say? Caroline Graham Hansen, Boerisa. So it's Maria Torres' daughter, a former Chelsea player, and now at United. So yeah, like Ria mentioned in the chat box, that Norway are the real dark horses. They definitely are. And I saw a lot of people on Twitter as well calling them favorites for the World Cup. Some of them were calling them favorites,
I
which
don't
sounds
think they're
exciting.
exactly the dark horse. Like,
Yeah, they're
sorry,
not the
I'm
dark horses. I
disagreeing. Yeah,
consider
because
them as one of the favorites. So it's
yeah,
going to be
exactly.
really exciting to see the England Norway game and how England handle the home pressure versus them.
Awesome. Wow, 4 seconds away. Oh, perfect. Let's move on to the next one. And the next one is okay.
Who's remaining?
Austria.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We've got another 4 more, so we're almost towards the end. So we've got, I suppose, the
Just
bigger
give me
teams are towards
Spain
the
and
end.
let's call it a day.
All right. Okay.
There's some desperation there to talk about them.
You've not got Spain, but you've got Austria.
Okay, yeah, I can talk about that.
Okay, fine, great. So 3-2-1. Yeah, go.
Okay, so Austria, they have, I mean, pretty much I have to say, like, starting off with the Arsenal player, Zinsberger, supremacy, like Ria is saying right now. Yeah, Manuela Zinsberger, she's been incredible this season. The kind of development she's had, especially coming from the last season. She has pretty much done it for me. Improved like a lot, quite a lot. So I think in goal, you are pretty much safe with her. Overall performance of the team has been good, especially against what we saw against Denmark. Big shout out to Sarah Zadrazil. I think she is one of the players to really keep an eye on with that team. So yeah, I think in general they're another one of those teams, like, we could be underestimating, but given Norway and England's games and teams, I think we might run out. Like, they might or they might not.
But what?
Well,
Are
I
they
went
yet
to watch
to
them
announce?
versus England, and I think they did really well. And I think England were lucky
Oh, yeah.
to really win against them. I mean, it was one goal off a toe or whatever, but they were unlucky. The winger was rinsing Scott. So I mean, not Scott, Stokes was like back and forth, so they could have easily scored. I think Mary kept did a few saves. So if the pressure gets to England, Old Trafford, boom, Austria score first. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, I feel like it's a hit or miss. It
Yeah,
could
so-
go either of the ways.
Wait, so Yashodan says that they're yet to announce their team. So is that right? I mean, They're not
Yeah,
announced. It's
yeah.
already it's what
They've
we're
they've
two
not
weeks
Yeah,
announced
away.
it.
I think they're
I,
announcing it on
I
the
guess
27th, the official squad.
27, yeah. They've
ah
only
Yeah, so
announced
okay
that's
the
the deadline.
training camp squad.
Yeah,
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 they've
yeah.
only announced the training
okay
camp squad.
fine. I was just about to say, apart from Unnati, it seems like somebody else is finding it difficult to find their visas. But
Who is?
okay, they say 27.
Austria.
Huh? The Norway team, the Austrian team. Sorry.
I mean, should I even say it? Like UKVI has been on my neck for like the past 2 months. So, please, can you just figure it out? I need to be at Old Trafford in the media, in the media tribune.
Yes, I'm.
Like,
I'm
please.
sure they're. I'm sure they're listening to this right now, so they will send it soon. All right. The next team we've got is Switzerland. Um,
Oh,
so we've got
yeah,
Swiss.
okay.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
like these are the teams that I don't know.
Oh
Like,
no,
I
not a,
don't know who to pick now.
okay. Let me see whose this is. Wait, did I lose someone's? No, not again. Okay, we've got Atanu now for Switzerland. So
I'll help
Atanu.
you out. I'll help you out.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, the
right.
first
So,
name that I'll be speaking
so
of is an
three,
Arsenal player.
2, 1. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah, so
Go
they've
on.
got a good squad, but one major person who's missing is Alicia Lehman, who says that she's not mentally ready for the tournament yet. So she has backed out of the Euro squad. But they've got good players. They've got Leah Volti. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name right, but
Belty.
Yeah.
Volti. Yeah,
Well, team.
Belty.
Velti.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah. Go
yeah,
on.
Arsenal player.
No,
That's
go on.
why.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she plays for Arsenal, and I think she's one of their most important players. She's a system player. Then they've got a player called Ramona Bachmann who plays for Paris Saint Germain. They've got a Barcelona forward as well, Anna
Ana
Maria.
Maria
Yeah,
Tsarnagorcevic.
yeah, the surname I cannot pronounce at all. They've also
Uh,
got Noel Maritz, who plays for Arsenal. She's a defender. So, yeah, I think these are the few names that I researched about for the Switzerland team. They are in a group. Yeah, they are in the
go on.
group
Go on. Yeah.
alongside
We're good.
Netherlands, Sweden, and Portugal. I think it will be a tricky tournament for them because Netherlands and Sweden, the powerhouses of the European Championship. So I don't know how far they'll go, but yeah, they've got good players. It's all about finding the cohesion, which I fear they won't.
Okay,
Awesome.
can I jump in?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
inkling to. Okay, so Switzerland is a very defense. They play very defensively. Okay, and the play, like just you just talked about Anna Maria Tsarnagorcevic. She is a player who is so versatile. She can play pretty much anywhere on the pitch. So even when during transfer season, Soccer Dona had this whole thing where they were labeling out her position and they wrote all because she genuinely plays like all positions on the pitch. So she's someone who is a real attacking threat to any team pretty much. Her, and then you have for Svenja Folmli, she's another young player who's like you got to have to see like how these players are going to get out of their defensive positions and start attacking, because they are defensive and they won't let the ball go into the goal. But the problem is, because their attack sometimes falls short, that's the reason why they end up either drawing their games or they just don't end up winning. So if they get that together, yeah, I think they'll be pretty much, I think they are the dark horses of
We're
Group
saying dark
C.
horses too many right now. Oh, of Group C.
No,
Fine,
but
fair enough. If you say
I
again for the
said Group
tournament,
C.
it's like everybody is. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's quickly move on to. We've got three more left. So we've got Northern Ireland. So anyone who is here who loves to take Northern Ireland, just finish that. And we've got Unnati for Northern
I'm
Ireland.
sad. I'm sadly not familiar much with them,
Okay.
but
Anyone wants to take? Anyone else wants to take
I
Northern
mean,
Ireland?
I know a bit
Okay.
about them. I've seen them play versus England a
Perfect.
couple of times.
So
But yeah, everyone
yeah.
jump in. Obviously, their best player is from Liverpool, Rachel Furness.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Scores a lot of goals. But even when they did play against England, I thought they were quite good. I don't think they're going to be a dark horse, but I think that in terms of if they can score a goal, get in amongst it with some of these teams, get put pressure on Norway, put pressure on England, and then obviously there's Austria there. That's going to be sort of where they're probably going to look for their 3 points. But I expect like sort of Norway and England to sort of beat them. Maybe I expect Austria to beat them as well. But I just think if they work hard, they know what they need to do. I mean, it was unfortunate that Kenny Shields said what he said. I think that went pretty much viral, where he said, soon as they score a goal, we concede. And what was then shown is actually, no, it's the Premier League that happens in the most. But there are some women's team where it does happen. I mean, me and Tatiana talk, and we say it happens at Man United a lot. But he said that they've stuck by him, and it is what it is, and they're going to the finals.
All right.
I'd say they're a very disciplined team in terms of defense.
Awesome. Let's now move on to the second last one, and that is Spain.
Can I just take it? I'm sorry, but can I just take it?
Okay, fine. We've come to the point where I suppose we're gonna just be running out of names.
Can I just say one
might
thing?
as well.
Onabache supremacy. Onabache supremacy. This is what we're here for, mate.
I mean, I agree with you on that.
All right. Okay.
Can we just not have a timer on this, because I have a few things to say.
Fair enough. I'm keeping it on. I've never really followed it as much. It's all up to you. Yeah.
Okay, so starting with Spain, I think they have like probably a golden squad for the first time. This is literally their 4th appearance for the Euros, and this is probably one of their best squads that they could have had. Like, the best generation of players that they have. I would have probably, like, I'm starting off a little negatively, but I would have probably liked to see a lot of different players come up, but unfortunately that's not going to happen, because just like France, we have a problematic coach. I'm not going to get much into it. Talking about the goalkeepers, I think pretty much with Misa Rodriguez and Sandra Paños, you're in safe hands. So pretty much like we all know, there's like a full-on 9 to 10 players like from Barcelona, and obviously that's gonna be kind of the whole game is going to go around that, and they have the link ups and everything. Obviously their left back is slow because they have some problems there. The midfield is like the holy trinity of midfield. I don't even have to mention it. You have Alexia, you have Patri, you have Aitana. I don't think that anybody can, as a connection of 3 of them, I don't think any team in the world can beat that connection between the 3 of them in terms of midfield. And in front, obviously, they're going to be missing out on Jenny Hermoso, and she'll be sorely missed. Like, she's the top scorer of the national team. So not having her experience as well in this team, it's gonna be a miss, but it's obviously gonna give an opportunity to some other players like Amayur Saregi, to get on the pitch and show what she's all about. So there are a lot of really good players. That's why I keep saying, like, the golden generation of Spain, where you have the best of talent at your disposal, and you just have to wonder, like, who are you going to call up? But then there are many players that I would would rather not really. I would have taken some other players rather than the ones that we have, especially like someone's mentioned here, Nuria Rabano, who's recently signed for Barcelona. Amazing player. I think within the Spanish league, she's one of the best left backs. So yeah, I've ever seen. So yeah,
All
that's
right,
very
okay.
short. That I'm gonna speak.
Very short. Yeah,
Not so
I
short.
think that definitely is within the 1 minute mark. So we'll let you off there. I think you definitely need to post a story now, given that you've exceeded it by quite a few minutes.
I'll talk about Leon. I don't mind.
Okay, so obviously we end with the hosts, which is a coincidence because it really was the last pick. and that's England. And I know we've already established that even if Yashodhan was to get this, Atanu's anyway going to take it from him. So Atanu,
No, we'll do one thing. We'll share it. So first Yash can speak something, and then I'll speak it.
yeah, one word at a time. Let's not do that. Yeah, go on. So okay, let Yashodhan take it first, and then we'll go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the squad announcements itself was such a big day, and I think even I was excited and looking for my Chelsea players. But I would say that I do not agree to Nikita Paris's inclusion in the squad. I felt that someone else could have been there, and I was really disappointed that Neve Charles wasn't there because she's my favorite Chelsea player, and I felt that. But yeah, she's not there yet. I could say that, and. It's a really good squad. Everyone's from the FAWSL except the versatile Rachel Daly who can play on any position, who can play at any position on the field, and it's going to be a really big tournament for them because we saw what happened with the men's. I really hope they do not crumble like the men's did after taking the lead in the final. I feel that under Serena they do have the arsenal to make it to the finals and even win it because some of the games that I watched under Serena and what happened before with Neville was there's such a drastic change and they play so well and yeah, I was disappointed with the game versus Belgium over the weekend. I felt they missed way too many chances, so I would feel that Ellen White uh, could improve and I
Russo is
think
there. Russo
yeah.
is right there.
But I feel that Leah Williamson in midfield is one of my favorite things about the England squad. I mean, some of the passes and the positions she gets into, and I think that's Serena's best work in the England team. And I'm really excited how they're going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Ellen White supposedly forward, so she probably misses out, I guess. And
She's not gonna
Adanu,
miss out, but she's gonna probably miss out on the friendly against Netherlands.
initial. Okay. So hopefully she's back then for the tournament. Atanu, let's end it with your thoughts on the England squad and England in general.
Yeah, I think.
Talking about Tony.
I'll start with Mary Earps first of all. She I think it was the Arnold Clark Cup during that tournament. Sarina said that Mary Earps will be the one who will be the number one for the Euros. So I think that's a good shout. Mary Earps has improved a lot. People might say that the stats do not you know do not tell the like in terms of stats she hasn't done well, but in terms when we see the eye test, eye test versus data analytics, I think during the eye test thing she's got a good season under her hands. And their pitch podcast with Mariops was wonderful. If someone hasn't checked it out, they should, because in that she talks about how it is an emotional thing that she's coming back into the England side after so many years being out of it. I think 2018 was the last time that she played for England, and after that, in 2021 only she got selected for the Arnold Clark Cup. They've got Millie Bright. I don't know who mentioned it towards the beginning of the podcast, but at Wembley, Millie Bright might outscore every other striker.
Of course, it's the Chelsea fan. Of course, it's the Chelsea fan. Who else on you?
Arnold Cup Golden Boot winner. So I did mention Ada Hegerberg will get the Golden Boot, but Millie Bright, we are coming for it.
Yeah, but now going to, I think, 2-3 other names that I want to mention. One is Lotte Wubben-Moy. I've got a soft corner for her just because she played alongside Alessia Russo in college, and they were together in the same team for North Carolina college team. So I think Lotte Wubben-Moy, I don't know whether she starts, but it's a big tournament for so many players who've been selected for the first time. They've got a young core as well: Ella Toon, Lotte Wubben-Moy, Alessia Russo. So yeah, let's see how the best 11 is formed. Everybody has their own opinions. I think Ella Toon needs to be in that best 11 because what a season she's had for United and for England as well. In the friendlies, in the no, I won't say Arnold Clark Cup, but in the friendlies, she was fantastic. Alessia Russo, I mean, I've made it clear I want her to start over Ellen White. I think she needs to perform well on Friday. I think the game's against Netherlands, if I'm not wrong. So that's a friendly where she might start. We don't know. And I agree with Yash when he says that Leah Williamson in midfield is fantastic. That's like a cheat code. The way she was playing in the last friendly, I think last friendly, I don't remember. That was fantastic, and I too don't agree that Nikita Paris is in the team because there's a lot of competition in the forward line, and I don't know whether she will be like. In my opinion, she will be at the bottom of the pecking order, but maybe I'm wrong, and I think they're not stacked much in the midfield area because one or two injuries and they have to play Georgia Stanway and Kiera Walsh together in the pivot, and I think that might hamper their attacking outlet. Maybe, who knows? But let's see. I think they've got a good squad. It's a home Euro, so the spotlight is on the England side. Probably because Yash and I have hyped them up so much. So I'm hoping they win it. Unlike the men's team.
You
One thing
guys
I'd
missed
like
out on
to
two
add
names.
on behalf of everyone, I think we all are very happy to see Chloe Kelly back and get her getting the first goal
Oh
over
yeah,
the weekend. And I'm super excited to see her play. And yeah, I think Ria mentioned Beth Mead as well. And what a season
Lauren
she's.
Hemp.
Oh, yes,
See, there are
definitely.
so many
The
names.
city,
So
there's so many
any
names,
name we
but
miss out on, it's a shame that we miss out on so many names. So yeah.
I'm just going to pray they
Yes.
score their penalties this time. Like, please do not miss the penalties. I mean, that's the curse with England, the men's and the women's, but please at least convert those.
Awesome, great. All right, so I guess that's about it for our preview, and that's it
Can I ask
for
one thing?
our
Can I just do
chat.
one thing?
Yeah, yeah,
Just for
sure.
England. This is going to be the song
Yeah.
of the tournament. Yeah, I like it, 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 like, here we go. To the end, let's see Russo. That's the song of the tournament.
All right, perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly shift our attention now to predicting what we expect from the tournament. We've obviously spoken about each teams and their chances, and each one being a dark horse. So I'm quickly gonna be sharing my screen. This time it should work. Don't need the audio, luckily for this. But, all right, so you, everyone can see that there. Just give
Yeah.
me a shout out. Everyone who's watching this as well, if you could just let me know if you can watch, if you can see this, and then I will start. Just give me a couple of seconds. Let me try and okay, great. So okay, let's start anyway with this. I'm pretty sure it will show up. All right, so let's look at this. So we're looking at, so we'll go by group order, obviously. So group A. Now we've got, so it straight away goes on to the quarterfinals, but we'll take two from each group first, add them wherever it needs to be added. So group A: England, Austria, Norway, Northern Ireland. Who do you guys think make it to A1 and A2? Who do you think will be A1? Who do you think will be A2? So what I'll do is we'll just go in order of what however I see you, and we'll take a majority win situation at this point. So Yashodan, A1. Let's start with A1. Who tops Group A?
I'm going to go with Norway over England because I feel
Okay.
England
Okay.
do struggle a bit when it comes to group stages, early nerves. So
Okay.
that Norway and then
Atanu.
England.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with Yash. I think England. I want them to qualify for the quarters, but even if it's first or second, so first Norway and second England.
Okay. Great. Natalie.
I think the other way from the boys. I think England will finish first and Norway will finish second.
Unnati. Now, if you say you agree with Natalie, it's going to put me in a very tough situation. This is why we needed Mithila here. This is why we needed number 5. But go on.
Uh, no, I think I agree with the boys. Norway should go first.
Okay. All right. Okay. So much for hyping England here, but fair enough. I mean, it's being realistic. So we're saying Norway goes up here, and we do. Oh, yeah, we go. England goes down here. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna kind of put this as green. Okay, so those two go. Perfect. Next, we go to Group B, and we've got Germany, Denmark, Spain, Finland. Good luck, people, in deciding who tops these two, or who tops and who comes second in this group. We're going to go now in reverse order. So, Unnati, you now tell me who is B1, who is B2?
I think Denmark could be B1 and Spain goes B2.
Okay.
I,
All
I
right.
think that way.
What didn't you just say
Probably.
that Germany would come back to like take revenge or something?
I know, but I don't know.
No, no,
I
I'm not. I'm not. I just saying.
Okay,
It's
listen.
your choice. Like, so,
Let me just justify. They recently had a
yeah.
game against Serbia where they struggled and they lost the game. So I'm thinking of it that way, and I'm thinking of the squad that they have, and that's the reason why they probably might not. If they do, prove me wrong. Like I have no problem with that, but I'm keeping that in mind, and I'm going like Denmark, and then Spain goes second because I
Okay.
know
Great.
like Spain, we're just gonna be like vibes, no tactics. Thanks
Okay.
to Jorge.
Okay.
Can I say
And
what I
Natalie?
think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
next.
think Spain B1. I think Germany B2. The only reason I do think Denmark will do well, but I just when I saw them versus Austria, I just think that there's no defense there, and I just think. I mean, they got better in the game. Don't get me wrong, but Austria just sort of cut through them. So I can see them scoring goals, but I can see them also conceding goals. And I just think Germany are Germany, and I know, like, yeah, they have had that kind of thing, but I just think when it comes to tournament football, Germany, they know what they're doing, and I just think Spain will win it. And that's, but I see why people are saying Denmark. I'm not saying I'm right. I could be totally wrong, and Germany could
Yeah.
finish
Of
at the
course.
bottom. But
Brilliant. And Atanu?
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in that because Brune in Denmark. So, yeah, I'll go with Spain as the first like B1 and Denmark as the B2.
Okay. So
There's
we've
so
got
much
two
pressure
for.
on Spain.
Okay. Yashodan, you're the deciding vote, I suppose, in a way.
Uh, as much as I love Penela, I think my loyalties to Germany are take the above steps. So I'm going with Spain and Germany over Denmark.
Okay. So wait. So let me get this right. So obviously we got Spain, and Spain will be B1. Now for B2, Unnati said Denmark. Nat said Germany. Atanu said Denmark, and Yashodan said Germany. Okay, I need to break that. No, oh no.
Open it to the chat box. Like let
Yeah. Anyone listening over here in the chat, who do you think would make it? Germany or Denmark? Who would be B2 for you? And I'll come back to that because I'm going to just I'll make sure that is at least Spain. We've got Spain out of the way. So I'm gonna clean that up. And who do we have here? Anyone's mentioned anything? Not yet. Okay. So we keep that open for now when we get to that, and I'll wait for the chat to say something if at all. Okay, so Ria says Germany. All right, so we've got okay. I guess let's take Ria's call on this. So I'm gonna say Germany. Sorry, Denmark. Lovely country, but maybe next time. All right. Now we move to Group C, and Group C is Netherlands, Sweden, Russia, Switzerland. Oh wait, did I say Russia? I didn't do Russia. Wait, did I miss? Oh
No,
wait, yeah,
Russia
Russia
is.
is no longer there.
Portugal.
Right? Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why you
it's
have
Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah, there we go. That's my bad. I was wondering else there's something. Oh, Atanu. Okay, yeah. I you you nearly took me out there. I was like, come on. I was like, we're back to a tie, and then I was like, wait, no, that's not true. Okay, so Group C. So Yashodan, let's start with you again. So C1 and C2.
Sweden and Netherlands in that order, because I just feel that Netherlands defense, like we all discussed about, is not that great, and Sweden's defense is like out of this world. And we saw they have a big tournament coming in because they can't just keep missing out on the Olympics, and it has to come one day. And I hope that this Euros is the one where they like shine.
Awesome. Okay, Atanu.
I'll go with Netherlands as C1 and Sweden as C2. I
Okay,
think
so the
I
opposite.
agree. Yeah, I agree with Yash, but at the end of the day, you've got great forwards and great midfielders in the Netherlands team. Yes, Sweden do have them as well, but I trust Vivian Miedema, Jackie Groenen, Damaris, Daniela van der Donk, Lieke Martens, so many players. I've not mentioned some of them, I know, but I think Netherlands C1 and Sweden C2.
Okay, Natalie.
I think Sweden C1 and Netherlands C2.
Unnati, please break this
I'll
tie.
make your job. I'll make your job easier. Yeah, Sweden C1, Netherlands C2.
Okay, all right, great.
I
So
mean,
we've got
I
our.
do think that Netherlands and Switzerland could probably be, you know, a bit of a bish bash there. Either of those two
Mhm.
teams could make it. Uh, but yeah, I think this should work.
I was just gonna
Awesome.
say that Netherlands Switzerland game is going to be very exciting, and
Oh
We
my god, yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be so good.
that could
and
be
we can
like the
confirm
decider. I feel.
and we can confirm that it's going to end up Netherlands 0, Sweden 0. Good night. All right. So the last one is Group D, and we've got France, Italy, Belgium, and Iceland. So Unnati,
You
you
put me
start
in
off.
a tough spot, like asking me to start first. Can Yash go on? I would like
Okay,
some
we'll start with.
clarity.
We'll go in the middle first, and then at the top. So Atanu, let's start with you.
Yeah.
I think I want to spice it up a bit. So I'll say Iceland and France.
Oh,
Yeah, like I have to take
okay.
France's name, but yeah, I'll take Iceland and France.
So, but Iceland B1, D1, and France D2, or the other way around?
Yeah, the other way around. France D1 and Iceland D2. I wanted to
Okay,
exclude France, but that would make me a clown in the chat box. So I'll go with D1 France and D2 as Iceland.
awesome. And Natalie?
Sorry, definitely France. D1, D2. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. This is probably the hardest one for me. I think everything else I'm pretty much like not. I'm certain on this. I just don't know. I say Italy D2.
Yeah.
Okay. Unnati, have you had enough time now to get your thoughts in
Yeah,
order?
I
Okay.
think I'll agree with Nat there. I mean, I think Iceland could pull it off, but I think Italy might be at an advantage. So France won, Italy D2.
Okay. And Yashodan? The deciding
Going with
vote.
the girls. So France and Italy.
Atanu, as much as
Nothing's
I
going
love
my
your.
way. Yeah, nothing's going
Yeah.
my way today.
No, as much as I love your enthusiasm and your hope to have something spicy, so probably that will happen in real life. But
I
unfortunately, it's
mean,
not
it
happening
could
here today.
possibly happen in the entire tournament. You never know. This whole game is like, this tournament is too unpredictable, and that's what I've been
Yeah.
saying. Like this year,
That
it's so unpredictable because all the teams are so good.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
talking
I,
about
I
spicing
want to
up.
exclude France just because of their coach. So if they do go out, I'll feel bad for the players, but I'll be happy that finally their coach can be, fired. Hopefully,
Wow. Okay. Ulterior motives, but fair enough. Now, I'm talking about spicing things up. The quarterfinals look very, very interesting, and it's going to be tough now. So let's talk about the first quarterfinal, and that is Norway versus Germany. And Yashodhan, let's start with you. Like Norway, Germany, where are you guys going? Where are you going?
Uh, since Germany is my second team, you could say I'm gonna go with them, just because of the German mentality. Even though I feel Norway this tournament, I think everyone's calling them one of the favorites, but yeah, I'm going for Germany. I mean,
Awesome. Natalie.
Yeah, I'm going Norway with that one.
Okay. Atanu?
Same as Nat, I think I'll go with Norway.
Of course. Of course. And Unnati?
Do you want me
No,
to
I
make
can
it
see. I
difficult for
can see
you?
that face. I can see that. I mean, I put it up to the chat again, and it seemed like it could go either way. But you saying Germany?
No, I think Norway should do it. They just
Okay.
have Ada Hegerberg and Caroline Graham Hansen. That combination is lethal. So yeah, I'm excited. So I think Norway should do it.
Awesome.
As
Great.
long as Ada wins the
The
Golden
next
Boot,
one.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. The next one I'm going to do is quarterfinal 3 because that's on the side and they'll probably face each other. Let's talk Sweden versus Italy. And Natalie, I want to get your thought. Who gets through on this?
For me, Sweden are one of the favourites, so I think Sweden probably will get all the way to the final. So for me, I'm not, no game's easy, but if that is the the right way, then I do think Sweden will win that quite not comfortably, but
I love the way. Yeah.
they'll do the business.
I love the way when you said Sweden, everyone just nodded their head like, yeah, okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do Sweden, right? I'm pretty sure there's no arguments with any one of you here.
Of course, I mean we need Zechira Musovic's content throughout the tournament, so it shouldn't end early.
Gold, like sell it out there. Like
Yeah.
people would willingly buy that.
All right, now this is a very interesting one. Spain versus England.
Should we do it at the last?
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Let's do it at the end. I was thinking the same. So let's do France versus Netherlands. Are we saying another easy Dutch win or anyone with France?
I'll say France.
No.
I think
France
I'll say
for me.
France.
You are? France. Okay. Two
Yeah,
France.
France.
Two French. Netherlands.
France for me
Atanu?
because F. Perisic.
Oh. Okay. Wow. 3 French and 1 Dutch. All right. Perfect.
Yes, you're forgetting about Anik Newman then.
Well,
I'm just more excited about F. Perisic right now. New signing, love. New signing, love.
Wow. Okay. Now
Especially
we obviously
after
have to
what
get to
Barca
Spain.
did to our fullbacks in the Champions League. So it
We
feels good to have
live
a
in your
new
minds
fullback.
rent free. We
It
live in your
feels
minds.
good to have a fullback now. A very good fullback. Even though Jess Carter's been amazing since then.
Awesome.
I think
Spain
based
versus
on their
England.
performance, France. Yeah.
Okay.
Spain.
Spain, England. Spain. Okay. Oh, she said. Unnati, you said Spain or England?
I didn't say anything yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's Spain. Atanu.
England.
Okay. Yashodhan.
England. Nat, you got to support
England.
your home country. Come on.
She's doing the anti-jinx one. She's like, play it safe now, party later. And of course,
I'm going to be realistic here and say England.
no, you're not. That's
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I know that team, and
Sure.
I know I'm going to be realistic, and I'm going to say Spain. Sorry, England. England. Yeah.
I think the
You-
Serena George factor plays a big role there as well, I feel. Like
I don't know
she
why
slipped up and said
Brady has
Spain,
written
and
he has written Spain over there. I don't know why.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. No, my bad.
Maybe because he's wearing the Spain jersey, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh.
I just don't trust Jorge enough to go. Like I said,
Okay.
it's just going to be all vibes, no tactics. So yeah, I don't trust him. So England.
Awesome. Okay, now we get to the semi-final one. That's Norway versus Sweden. So let's get your quick predictions on that. So Unnati, Norway, Sweden.
Sweden, all the way. Sweden all the way.
That's
Yeah.
Sweden as well. Okay, I know Atanu is Norway. He's gonna say Norway.
Yeah. Just because I like them a lot. I know Sweden are the superior team, but I'll go with Norway.
Yeah, and Yashodhan.
Sweden to win the Scandi party.
Oh, that'll be fun. That's
And
that's what
hopefully
it
the
should be called.
European party as well.
That's what it should be called. Every time the Scandinavians play each other, it's like Scandi parties. And I did write. Yeah, okay, I wrote the right team this time. Perfect. Now next one's England, France. Yeah, Yashodhan, your chance now.
England. It's coming home.
England. Atanu's England.
England.
He's been wanting France out at every point of
You know, they'll be
stages,
out in the
so,
group
of
stages.
course.
I'm saying this right now. They'll be out in the group stages, and Sweden will also be out in the group stages.
That's not gonna
Oh,
happen. It's
We'll
that
just
have
is
not-
a
Norway.
big, bold prediction.
We'll
Listen,
have a Norway versus
this is-
England party.
I'm going. I mean, this is all recording anyway, so I'm going to clip that if it actually happens. That's just going to be a goat prediction if that both of them happen. And Nat, England, France.
I know everyone's sort of saying England, but I just think you're just sleeping on France. I just think France are too good. I know that the coach is not very nice, but it's Toto,
Sandy
man.
Baltimore.
Toto season, Baltimore, Diani. These are ballers, mate. Wendy Renard, that big header, mate. Done.
The
Yeah.
anti-jinx is in place.
Millie Bright will reply at the other end with that big
Millie
header.
Bright ain't fit to stand next to Wendy Renard. Come on.
All right.
That's
She
the
will
best
say.
thing I've heard all day.
Okay. Let's not get. This is going to turn into a club football debate thing. But let's. Okay. So, Nat, you're going France then?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Unnati?
I go France.
Okay, so
I'm
we
sorry.
need someone in the chat. Please tell us quickly as to who it is going to be. Ria, someone. Is it going to be England, France?
Oh, come
So-
on, be realistic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I was
See,
doing.
Norway didn't come on that way, so you have to give the vote to England. Come on.
Sweden and England.
He just wants France out at every stage.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. So come on,
They-
chat. England.
They
England.
removed
Okay.
Amandine
Okay.
Henry. They removed Amandine Henry, so I think it's
Okay,
fair.
fine.
I want them out.
The chat has spoken, and we're going with England. Of course okay, and then let me this bigger one here, and let's try and see who wins the final. So obviously the final is going to be England versus Sweden, and who wins the Women's Euro 2022? So Yashodhan.
Magdalena Eriksson.
He changed
Okay.
parties so quickly.
No, I still feel that England. I am supporting England, but then I still feel that they do not.
I think Yash has
At home,
joined
I think the
anti-
pressure is going to take them, and I'm joining Nat there by
anti-jinx.
anti-jinx. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anti-jinxing
Sorry,
it
English
all.
people, I'm just gonna say it. It's not coming home. So Sweden.
If anyone knows Swedish for it's coming home, please do let us know.
And I did mention,
Atanu?
since the Olympics, it has to go there once to the Swedish.
Oh, it definitely has to.
Yeah, they deserve it. I feel.
You
Atanu?
know my answer, Brady. I'm going to
Yep,
die on
yep,
this
I do.
hill that England are going to be the finalists.
And no, they're already in the finalists. Are they going to win it?
Sorry,
Yeah.
they're going to win it. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. And Nat, they come ahead.
I think if they got this far, I just think it would be like England, but I can't see them getting that far. I can see them going out in the quarters.
Don't do that, Nat.
No, I can. I can literally see them going out in the quarters. I
He
think it's
is
overhyped.
being realistic.
Right,
Finally.
being realistic, Sweden will win.
No.
But
Yeah.
I do
Okay.
think that
Okay.
the crowds, if they got that far, I think it might work for them in the end. But like I said, I can't even realistically see them get to the final. So
Yeah.
And ding, 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 ding. And here we have it. That is what our predictions look like. It's going to be brilliant because at the end of the tournament, we're obviously going to come back and see how it's all shaped out to be. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I think kind of covered most of it. And Yeah, it was a pleasure having you all. It was great talking to you. It's a lot of fun. I mean, hopefully we can do something more of this, in the future. Obviously, having the chat as well as part of this. They were really entertaining. Like, nice to have them on here. We wish we could have more views. More. It'll happen over the course of hopefully next season that we get more people on here, more people participating. But yeah, I guess that's about it that we've had. That's about it that we have for this particular preview. Just final thoughts on the Euros. Like anything anyone wants to add on what we're gonna expect or what we can expect from the tournament. So take it away, whoever wants to go for it. Final words.
I think okay, I think in general this tournament is just going to be unpredictable. Like, I know we've made our predictions right now, but I know almost every single one of them is going to be wrong right away, because you know the level of the teams has risen so exponentially from the last Euros to this one. So it's kind of very difficult because it's finally become very competitive. Like, previously it used to be like, we used to say, okay, maybe 3 or 4 teams at max, maybe, or we could have even predicted the winner, like, in the last Euros. But this time, you have so many good teams, and the players as well. So I think in general it's pretty unpredictable, and I think that's very exciting about it, because you know the excitement builds up over the fact that you don't know how the game is going to go. You just know that it's going to be an exciting game. That's it. You just don't know the outcome of it. So I think that kind of builds up a lot. So I think in general this tournament is just going to be really exciting, and definitely is going to put women's football out there, like, really out there.
Awesome.
I
Anyone
I
else
think
wants to add to that?
I think
Yeah.
it's very important, like the Euros being in England, just because I think it'll grow the game in that nation, but in particular, and people will get more interested because, for example, I'll give you like I'll tell you that the game, like, final. I think the first game is at Old Trafford, the England Austria one. So United fans are going there, even though they don't know anything about women's football. The men's team fans. So that just tells you that there's this club aspect that's coming into it. Like, on Friday, the friendly game between England and Netherlands is at Ellen Road. So I'm seeing Leeds United fans tweet on Twitter that we are going. It's a first women's game, so it'll be very exciting to see more and more fans come into the women's football fan bases, and I think it's very important for the
Yeah.
growth, because once the growth comes in, the investment of all the teams will grow, and finally we'll
Yeah.
see United in the UWCL.
Yeah, no, but you bring up an interesting point that a lot of the men's football fans go in there because of club allegiance, and that's not only talking about fans in England. We, as international fans, we don't have any sort of we aren't British, we're not Italian, we're not German, so we don't have any connection or affiliation with the countries that are playing the Euros, but yet we support different teams, and that's because of our club connections. You support, United players, you support Chelsea players, so you support a particular team because they have those players. So that's why, like, I can understand when people like, why why are you supporting England? You're not even English. You don't live in the country. Yeah, that's true. But because football is such a global sport, because of club football, we become fans of the country playing and all of that. So it'll not only improve people within the country, but it'll improve people who watch women's football in general. They'll now start supporting the countries and start watching international tournaments as well. So viewership as a whole would definitely increase.
I think that's the
Anything
reason
else?
why
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why club football in general is very important in terms of growing the game,
True.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
otherwise the people won't come in. Like, obviously there are allegiances to your own country and everything, but other, like, like, for the general audience who's not within Europe, might not support at all, because their countries are not playing if we went by it. But obviously, because of club allegiances, we just end up supporting a lot of these players and the
Yeah.
countries and everything.
Mainly like the reason why we support different countries, especially in the World Cup, because our countries don't go to the World Cup, so we can't really support. If India goes there, we
Yeah.
definitely have someone. So we kind of support.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
have our adopted countries here and there. So whether you adopt them
I
because
think
you like the country
that
as
would
a whole.
be majorly our you know our agendas usually, like, for us especially, we adopt a lot of countries. But I do
Exactly.
want to
Yeah.
say this, like, which is not the most positive aspect, but I do have to mention it, that I feel like for some reason I feel UEFA underestimated the popularity of the women's Euros,
Yeah.
because we had some articles out recently saying that you know the clubs were had to be convinced in order to get them to host the games in the first place, like the stadiums and everything. So I think partially because of that, we've ended up having some smaller stadiums and everything, which has again impacted on the number of people, like, the number of media accreditations that were given. Because out of the 11 games that I applied, I ended up getting only 4. So there are many of us out there who have not gotten. So if, say, suppose, like, someone who's been, or maybe let's just say the regional media, they've not been able to get into
Yeah.
the games at all. So how are you going to cover a game if you're not there? you know so I think there is some level of underestimation that has gone in, and I think that needs to improve quite a bit. So uh yeah, sure, like, we've broken some records in terms of how we've sold out games and everything, but we need to look at the aspect that women's football is generally, like, genuinely growing. So uh with that, you need to have the growth and development of the stadiums as well. So you need bigger stadiums, because not just because of the number of people coming in, but also because these players deserve it. Because, for example, Iceland has gotten, like, the show, like, I think they've got the worst out of the stack, because you have, like, such small stadiums and all their games are sold out. And Sarah Bjork, Gunnarsdottir, she mentioned it on their pitch that some of their family members, like the players family members, have not been able to get tickets because of how small the stadiums are. So there are a few hit and misses. I think for the most part it's been a hit, but yeah, there have been a few misses that really need to be highlighted.
Awesome. All right. Anything else anyone else wants to add before we call it a
I
day?
I've been hooked to the Ale 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 promo which UEFA released, and I'm really excited because it's like my first Euros, which I'm going to be following every single game. And the part about unpredictability, I mean, there's so many teams that could clinch the trophy at Wembley, and that's what makes this the best tournament of the year. I'm going out and saying that, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Ah,
I'm not so
uh,
much of a men's supporter, so
No,
I
I
can
am.
definitely
I
say
am. And
that.
Praddy knows that because he's had me on
yeah,
men's
yeah,
World Cup or
of course.
Euros podcast last year as well. But yeah, I mean, I am so excited here because you do not know what to expect. And okay, in the men's, I think you can get a few things right here and there. But here, I think our prediction table is going to go really bad. So I'm
Down the
really
drain.
excited to
Yeah,
see, yeah, I'm really excited to see how bad have we done here.
We'll
yeah,
have to do a review
definitely.
for our preview.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I just
Yeah,
can I
man.
just put one thing? Just I agree with everything what everyone's saying about how they haven't underestimated it. How club football is important. Like I said, I never watched. You know, even though I'm born in England, I've never really watched. I think I've maybe watched like in 2015 the World Cup, but it's never my thing. My thing is my club, and that's why I'm so interested in so many teams through like watching club football. That's why I'm excited for the games like Sweden, because I know a lot of players have done well in their club at Sweden. Obviously, yes, I did watch the Olympics, but I'd still know that, like, Joanna, I can't even say her name, JRK is doing really well at Hacken, and Steen are doing really well at Arsenal, even though I wanted us to sign, and stuff like that. It's then made me excited because I know they have really good players. I know that no, Norway have really good players, and that's through their club. So club is important, but I think they go hand in hand. I think the more clubs sign up, the better that England do, and like you've even seen with Leeds, that a lot of fans saying that they're going to go and watch their first game, and push for Leeds to start investing more. When they start doing it in Southampton, even that they've just gone full time. Things like that are very important. So I do think it is going to push the game on, and it's hopefully it'll make UEFA, FIFA open their eyes to women's football a lot more.
Awesome, great. So I guess we've spoken a lot about the women's Euro. I definitely have to say that I am really, really excited for the tournament. Can't wait to watch it and see how it all pans out. But we've got another 2 weeks left, so hopefully time flies faster than it has been. And yeah, can't wait to see what the UEFA Women's Euro 2022 brings up. And we will be covering the entire tournament. We'll probably do it in batches. We won't be doing every day or something like that. So I'll let you know the schedule soon. But yeah, we'll have a similar sort of panel. I've reached out to them. We've kind of discussed all of it. So you'll probably be seeing our faces quite often throughout the tournament. So hopefully you are a fan of our faces and our voices. So fingers crossed. But until then, I guess I'll catch you all on the next podcast. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and click the notification bell. Follow us on all of our social media accounts like Instagram, Twitter, and follow us and let us know if you're interested and want to be a part of the podcast as well. And before we kind of end this, I want to say, so Nat, when I put out the preview of a junior of mine from school, he wanted to send a shout out to you, kind of say kudos to you and whatever you're doing for women's football as well. He's a United supporter as well, so I guess he follows you. Yeah. So he immediately texted on Instagram saying, shout out to Natalie. I've been a real big fan of her work and been following her as well. So he's a United fan. So yeah, so awesome. So I guess that's about it for this preview of the Women's Euro 2022. I'll put out the video that I wanted to show you. I'll put it out separately. I'll do some editing and make it as a separate video, so you can go check that out a little while later. And I guess that's about it. So thanks, Yashodan, Atanu, Natalie, and Unnati for being a part of this podcast. I hope you had a lot of fun. Did try doing something different this time. First time we've ever done something live, and first time with all the hats and all of that. So hopefully you had a lot of fun. And yeah, we can do something during the tournament as well. That'll be brilliant. So I guess that's about it. I'm your host, Praddy, once again. You stay safe and see you.